Okay, hello and welcome to the second episode for the now titled Tenor for Tenor Granblue Fantasy podcast. How are you doing, Omikin?
I'm tired as usual.
Okay, that's not surprising to hear, I suppose. Did you have a long week?
It was a it was a bit of a long week, but starting to slow down so I can rest a bit before this crazy upcoming month or two. So we'll see.
There's a lot of things happening this month in the world of Granblue. We'll talk about it in a moment. Before we do that, though, I did want to talk about the name because I think many people don't understand the name, which is understandable because it's like a sort of an inside joke between us and the stream, I guess, sometimes as well. So tenor for tenor is pretty much referring to what Ormikin says whenever a new banner comes out and she's trying to bait someone else into pulling with her.
Bait? What do you mean?
It's just a
mutual agreement.
So what Ormikin does is she says tenor for tenor and asks someone, implying that I will do a 10 pull if you do a 10 pull. So
okay, and how is that baiting?
Because maybe you shouldn't be pulling on the banner in the first place.
But I want things.
Anyways, that's what the title of the podcast is referring to. Anyways, Ormikin was very happy when someone suggested this one.
It was great. It's a fantastic name.
Yes, and what Cajun said, it's because also half the time she's already done the temple too.
Okay, I just want to see what we would get.
All right. Anyways,
if we get anything good, I'll be very mad.
Okay. All right. Should we go through the stuff in order? I suppose since our last chat.
Like what?
Since last time, I think Greed was the first thing that came out.
I completely forgot about him.
Have you used him at all?
I barely know what his kit does. I used him in the event and then like, okay, let's go. And then I didn't look at him anymore.
You didn't look at him anymore. I put him in some FAs like Luo and Horus, things like that. He's fun. I would say like he is like he's sort of like the other, what's it called? The other collab characters where he's good for beginner and like mid-game accounts, but probably doesn't have too much meta relevance at the end game. I think the main thing he does is he has a stack that goes up. And then once he gets the stack, then he becomes stronger, which is, I guess, a lot of characters these days. But the way he gets his stacks is by consuming his charge bar. So a lot of people have brought or like compared him to similar characters like Siete, the Yukata version.
Okay, but does he have the effect where he doesn't take the cut to charge bar effects?
No, I don't believe so. I need to double check.
Okay, bad character.
But he has like innate GTA with the stacks and echo and things like that too, which is nice. And then his what's it called? He also gets double strike as part of his kit and assassin.
You know what also gives double strike? Ereshkigal. So
yes,
sorry,
that is true. Okay, so Ormikin, are you saying Greed is a bad character then? On the record?
Well, not a character I would use, but I'm sure some poor people would enjoy him.
Yeah, okay. That certainly is a way to describe it, huh? Okay. All right. One thing about the character that I was hoping he would get was more like a guts effect somewhere because of his shield thing, his ultimate shield. But instead he got, I think, a bunch of defense or damage taken is lowered or something along those lines. Cut. Yeah, he got cut and things like that. So
Yeah, they gave that guts effect to Olivier.
yes, they gave the undying effect we learned, by the way, but yes.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. So all right. So yeah, with the FMA collab done, how did you feel overall?
It was neat. I think a lot of the things that they added were really fun references to the source material, which made the overall experience really enjoyable.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think the highlight for me of the event was, or I guess less the event, but more out of the event, was the arts for each of the characters.
I generally don't particularly care for collab events, but like I think it definitely shows that they put a lot of effort and research into creating everything for this event. So it's nice.
Yeah, I'll bring up Greed's one here because we hadn't we saw the other ones, but yeah, Greed having all the homunculi and like Ling's faction as well there, which is cool. I liked it. Overall, very, very. I think it was a good crossover. I was happy with it, and it brings me a fair amount of hope for the Bleach one too.
Sure. Sure.
I
I'm
mean,
sure someone will enjoy that one.
like Bleach was one of my first like shonens. It went Naruto into Bleach for me. Or it might have been Naruto One Piece Bleach. But either way, it was like one of the first ones for me. And at the time, I think I mainly read Naruto. No, I watched Naruto too. But I liked Bleach's art style more than Naruto's art style. I remember that.
Ooh, yeah, no, can't. Don't share that opinion.
Do you like Naruto's better?
I mean, obviously, yeah, I've always really liked the Naruto art style.
Right, okay. Yeah, not like I read mainly the after Soul Society arc for Bleach, I mainly read the manga. And yeah, I just liked the character, like how the characters looked a bit better in Bleach.
But I think like as soon as we heard about this collab, well, first of all, I can't believe they actually did it. But I think I'm like, all right, cool, great. Now I don't have to worry about anything for the month of July. Because that is an event that I'm personally like. I am done with every single collab having a fire character, and I heard from every Bleach fan that there's not really a fire character. There's like one old guy. I'm like, okay, good enough for me. So
Yes. So yeah, the squad captain one is definitely fire, but I don't think he would be a playable character from Bleach. And I don't think anybody else neatly fits into fire.
I hope you guys enjoy. There are a certain number of ice themed characters in that, from what I heard.
Yes, there's a
So
lot of
have fun,
ice.
water players. Hands off for me.
Hitsugaya Ice, Rukia Ice, probably more I'm forgetting. Ichigo, I would imagine, is either light or dark. If Byakuya makes it in, I'm not sure. I've seen a lot of people saying wins for Byakuya, so I could see that.
He's gonna be gacha if he's in.
Yeah, I would agree with
It's
that.
your time.
I'd rather not, but yeah, we'll have to see. And then I'm not sure if any of the Aranka make it, or some of the other ones too.
Isn't it like the later, like the last season or something?
Yes,
So
it is
are those guys
specifically.
still around?
Yeah, I think it's about to come out or has started, something like that. Because Bleach anime took, like, as far as I know, a big break at some point. And then now they're adapting the final part of the last arc. Correct me if I'm wrong in chat, but yeah, I haven't kept up with Bleach. So it's something along those lines.
Well, the time that they're doing it is quite unfortunate for people who care.
Yes, because like, what is it? July, so middle of summer.
It's towards the end of July, July 22nd.
Oh man. Well, it's basically Hunter x Hunter, right? Because Hunter x Hunter was around the same time, I think. Might have been before, actually.
Ooh, where's Rev's thing?
Yeah, give it a look.
There's too many freaking things on this page.
Hunter x Hunter was August as Cajun, okay. So it was a little different.
Yeah, Hunter x Hunter was early August? Yeah, August 7th was the banner released. So, like, mid-August. That was right before Katura Haselia, which was the last summer banner. And then we were also expecting Sariel.
Yeah, and we knew about Sariel too, because they showed it somewhere, right? I think it was at one of the extra phases. Or am I making this up?
Sure, I think so.
I might have
Maybe.
made that up.
But like we knew he was coming because we knew Dark Guild War was coming up.
Yes.
They still haven't gotten their Primarch. They may have shown him at the extra fest.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But like
now.
at least they had a good chunk of summer out of the way. They had formal, so like they didn't have the entirety of summer
Yeah.
to look forward to. So like
Cajun says summer stream showed art for Katura, Hase, and Sariel. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, it's scary. This Bleach timing is it's very, very scary. I am wondering with potentially Dark Guild War, like the following month, if they would do anything in the collab banner.
Well, we've already got a Dark Summon. Have they doubled up? Yes, they have. Never mind. What am I saying? Freaking water, man.
Yep, water.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
We'll have to see. All right. I guess next up there was the Wulf and Renie uncap. Have you used these guys?
You gotta tell me what they do. I don't know.
You haven't used them at all?
What would I use them for?
I don't know, just to test them out.
Nah.
That's what I did. So I saw some Vesusia stuff, but I'm not familiar with Dark Vesusia. So as far as I know, it was like a replacement for some. It's more of a budget replacement for some of those setups, but I think the character looks decent. Mainly a normal attacker. Normal attack sort of once again has a stack that they build up, and once you've built up those stacks, you're stronger essentially. I think the main thing the character does is that they guarantee triple attacks, and they have ways to get double strike, flurry, and assassin. Sort of like Greed, I guess, but in a different way. In a better way, I would say. They also have a pretty consistent dispel. From memory. I'll bring up their kit on stream. So there we go. So yeah, like
they end cooldown on the Ogi.
Yeah, they end cooldown on the Ogi for 2 red skills, which is, I think that's useful for some HL stuff. And then there's the instantly perform normal attack and assassin on S1. So extra attack count. And then I think it's nice that they got rid of the bricking mechanic, because previously I believe if you built up Lone Wolf Scar, then the character was very, very weak or something like that. But now it's like the defense is lowered, but you immediately get rid of it.
Yeah, I took a glance when the FLB was announced, and like they didn't really seem to do a whole lot. Like like you said, as the stacks kind of rose, like they kind of just fell off.
Yeah. Like the stack, she gets 5, and then immediately the next turn she gets rid of all of them. Like the only thing that would block this if you're skill sealed or something like that. So basically, you effectively only have one turn where you're on 5 stacks, which is the turn that you get to it on. So it's just that attack phase.
Yeah, pretty solid character. I'm sure people can use them. I already saw some newbies with this character fully uncapped in their team. It's like, hey, that's a pretty solid pickup.
Yeah, no, I think it's good for that as well. I put them in the Lumi M3 FA, and it worked well as a dispel, so it works out nicely. And my other characters did enough dispels that I didn't need this character in specific to do a lot. But her having a dispel was nice for that raid in particular. I like the art too.
Yeah, I think the art's one of my favorite parts of it. It's very different from a lot of the other arts that we get.
Yes, exactly. I think it stands out because it's so different. It reminds me almost like of, you remember Libelia's Tales art? How that's
Ooh,
like just a
yeah, that's a
very
good
like
one.
different vibe. So yeah, Granblue's art team continues to amaze. I do wonder what the text at the front says of the wolf.
I think it says Wulf and Renie.
Oh, does it? It's not
Yeah.
English? Is it English?
It's English. It's just really weird.
Oh, okay.
Or like maybe it definitely says Wulf and Renie.
Okay. It's in Skyrealm text. Okay. That's cool.
It looks
Very nice.
vaguely like Roman letters or whatever
Yeah.
English letters say.
All right. There we go. All right. So I guess we dive into Koragra and what was announced for this upcoming month.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Yes. And then later on we'll talk about the Legend Gala, where there were some releases for you.
There sure were.
There sure were. All right, so diving into Koregra, which is the monthly updates for Granblue. There was some, I would say there was some big news there, personally. First big one was the Illustrious date, which is June 15th.
Which is before Guild War.
It is before Guild War. Do you expect either of them to be good in Guild War?
Well, like Mistral was already pretty solid in Guild War.
Yes. Like dispels,
so I think it's
Guild War wants you to
just
dispel.
gonna get better.
Okay. Do you think
Um,
it changes its role drastically? Or do you think any of the weapons will change their role drastically?
I could see it's kind of hard. I think Mistral is gonna stay pretty similar to what it's already used for.
Okay.
But also maybe like get some potential like slight burst usage. But it's not gonna be like amazing at it, it's just gonna be like pretty solid at it. Like you already kind of see it with the latest, I forget, records of the 10. Like there were some Mistral like OTK setups that used the special attack to proc the nuke and do like 1 billion skill damage hits.
It's
So
like Swan, basically, back in the day.
yeah. So I think it could just get better than that. I hope it doesn't get too good. You know, that's been my opinion. Just don't make it too good.
You don't want too many people
My
getting it.
special thing.
Yep. All right. So yeah, the details that we got is that the 5-star, everybody gets a 5-star, and that one just uses farmable materials. We don't know what they are. And then the 6-star requires the gold moons for like a treasure that requires gold moons to buy. And it's 10 gold moons per stage. So that's information that we already had before. Something new that was told to us was that each weapon will unlock a 4th weapon skill. So everybody, all the weapons gets at least one new skill. And I'm personally expecting that each uncap probably upgrades like existing skills or ogies or things like that.
Yes, I believe so. I think they did say that they're gonna upgrade the existing skills.
Yeah.
Yeah, Limit Break will allow you to
You're
strengthen each skill and then also learn a skill for it.
Yep. So yeah. Yeah, I guess since we're on fire, let's talk about let's go with them in order of elements. So blazing, we talked about. You said you think there might be something for burst.
Potentially, I like it's slightly hopeful.
Burst
Just
as in
giving me
like,
a little more use for
what are you
that
thinking?
than not like low button, but like maybe medium stuff. Who knows? Because like the problem with Mistral is that proccing the skill after like 3 clicks is it adds animation and that's long.
Yes.
So hard to say. Maybe it's just hopeful that it gets used for that.
Yeah, like I'm looking at the skills for Mistral, right? And just having a look at, hey, how would they improve skill 1 and skill 2? And other than like just numbers, I'm wondering if they like change it mechanically. Like is it every 2 skills now or something?
They better not do that. That would take so long.
It would.
I tried a Hexa solo with Roy around when I got him. Oh my god, I basically just timed out because it just took so long.
That's funny. Majesty probably gets level 25, I'd imagine. That seems like a pretty easy upgrade.
I'm curious if they're just gonna add like aura boostable skills for some of them.
I think
Maybe Hrisvelger gets like a aura boostable TA or something. That's kind of just to not make it super busted broken.
Well, okay, we'll talk about Hrisvelger in a moment, but yeah, I feel like they're gonna get star weapon skills.
Some of them, well, sure.
I was thinking all of them.
We'll see. See, like that's the thing about these. Like you can't. You don't really know. Like they could do anything with these.
Yeah, we have no precedence. Yeah, or precedent here. All right, next, Higurashi.
I saw in Fire Chat, someone said, "See your activation." Oh my god, that would be so nice. Please, anywhere,
Fire
just anywhere.
lacks charge attack count, so it would help for sure.
Not good. Like the weapon itself just cheats charge attack count because it's like, hey, just add 2 to the chain burst. It's like, okay, well, I only have like 4 to begin with, so sure.
Does that count for omens?
Not for charge attack count. It's just for the effect.
Got it. All right. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Yeah, I don't see this weapon's identity changing too much personally. It's just probably going to get better at what it does.
Like it's already pretty good.
Yes.
So I don't know if they'll change too much. They'll just give it more.
Would you say this is better than Shishio?
Hell yeah, Shishio sucks.
I remember once upon a time where it was the complete opposite, right?
It was, and I'm so glad it switched.
Yeah, and then like with the rebalance, now it's like the opposite. All right, next. we'll do the water ones. All right, let's talk about Hrsvelga. So I've seen many people wanting TA on this weapon somewhere. I'm personally the opposite. I don't want TA to be on this weapon.
Do you think that takes away from its identity?
It does,
too
100%. 100%. I think it takes away from its identity. Like, I think the whole point here is that you do a massive amount of normal attack damage, but it's really hard to activate it. And like this weapon has always operated with 2 skills. Like the middle skill has never really been relevant, but it is part of its identity too, is that you single attack and you do like 80% extra damage, which is obviously way less than if you triple attack, which is 300% damage. But but yeah, like,
and it's clear that they want that to be its identity with how much TA stuff that they've been giving Water.
yes,
like
exactly.
It's very clear that it's basically for Hrsvelger stuff.
I've seen some people say they should add TA to lessen the gap to people who have Shinji and Rei and not. And for that, I would say personally that there is no amount of TA that this weapon can get other than guaranteed that would make Shinji and Rei gap not exist.
Yeah, the Shinji Rei gap is big because it doesn't. It goes above the grid cap.
Exactly.
And such.
So like, unless this weapon gets GTA, which is not going to happen, Shinji and Rei gap will always be there.
0 chance it gets GTA.
Yeah. Like, if this gets Trium, Shinji and Rei is still used. If it has like 30% TA somewhere, it's still going to be used. The only way it's not going to be used is if it's like GTA and somehow we don't need the raw from Shinji and Rei as well. So, yeah, like TA to offset Shinji and Rei doesn't make sense to me personally. So yeah, like I'm hoping that the 100% hit to multi-attack rate stays. I also think it introduces very, like, it makes you have to think about what you're including in your grid. It's sort of like Wamda's Holiday, where you have to think about reaching 60,000 HP. So in your burst team, which you want to stack attack, now you have to put in some HP to make sure that Wamda's is now 60,000. So it creates this balancing act. And same with Hrsvelga. Yes, it is annoying, but I think it's more interesting to have grids that require very different things.
100%, yeah.
So yeah, that's where I sit. I'm not sure what they add to this weapon, because yeah, like undoubtedly this is one of the best illustrious weapons.
I think they're gonna use the Ogi to just dump just whatever on, because they know you're not gonna Ogi with it.
So you reckon they put like very strong Ogi effects?
Like, I can honestly see them maybe putting like GTA on its Ogi, maybe for like a turn.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, great, but I'm never Ogiing with this, so I'm never really gonna get that. But then you could potentially use it for like some crazy setup, so like it can be useful in that sense.
Yes.
But it's not totally useless.
Gotcha. It's funny that this weapon's so good with only 2 weapon skills. Like, you only use skill 1 and skill 3. Just on the topic, by the way, of Hrsvelga, I do want to talk about some of the new Olivier stuff. Since we're just on this weapon.
What's the new Olivia stuff?
So
Olivier, okay.
Yeah, Olivier. So a soldier, right, has a skill which everybody forgot existed. And it's called Immortal Operative. And nobody used this. We'd only used Ammunition Belt. But this skill here gives you double strike at the end of the turn.
Oh my god.
If you're in red HP. So what we've seen with Olivier is some soldier FAs where you get into red HP and now MC just has double strike for 2 turns. So you would get this at the end of turn 1, moving into turn 2, and then you have it on turn 3. And turn 1 you have double strike from Olivier herself. So it would be 3 turns of double strike on MC.
They had to have looked that up. Like, there's no way they didn't think of that. Surely.
Surely, we say, yeah. But it's really funny that this is. You remember when Florence Halloween came out and Blitz Raid was suddenly being used, and when we had never used Blitz Raid before that?
Right.
It's basically that. It's a skill from a class that everybody forgot about because nobody uses it. And then suddenly it has this very, very strong application. So like when I wrote this, the class assessment sections on the wiki for Immortal Operative, this is what I wrote like years ago, which is a niche skill that can be useful if MC's HP can be easily manipulated. We have reached this point. We've reached the point where MC's HP can be easily manipulated.
Oh my god. Well, good thing Water Guild War's over.
Yeah. But yeah, currently you put MC, Ilsa, Olivier, Octavia in the team with bloodshed artifacts on the 3 characters. Armstrong Summon and Olivier, you hit red HP on turn 1. MC, you have to click Splitting Spirit, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. So you have Double Strike from Olivier, S3, turn 1. Turn 2, you have S3 from Double Strike from Immortal Operative. And then turn 3, you have Double Strike from this as well. And during all of this, you have Undying because of Olivier's skill. And you might even get Assassin if you proc the Undying. And then be immune to damage for 2 turns. And then have Guts again. Or Undying again, I should say.
That's so silly.
Yes. I have a Colossus FA that basically does this, and you're on like 1 HP for like however many turns, and just you kill the boss that way.
Is it fast?
Yeah, it's pretty fast. I haven't done it in a bit, but it's. I'll send it to you later. But it's fun. And then, have you seen the Belial FA with the gun as well?
I think I saw that when the character first came out. It's
like
pretty nuts.
It's similar. It uses a very similar thing. That one does require 3 bullets only in your Hrisvelga, which is annoying. But yeah, similar thing. You just go down to red HP, have double strike, and then you burst while on 1 HP because Olivier protects you from dying. Anyways, that character's strong. The character's good. All right, Shishio. Next weapon. This weapon really just sort of, I feel like...
Sucks? Yeah.
No, I wasn't going to say sucks. I was going to say
you can say it. It's fine.
I was going to say it fell off a cliff, sort of. Like in meta relevance, I feel. I mean, I won't even say meta relevance. It's more like for how good it felt, if that makes sense. When it first came out, and when you were using it like in the first like however many months, it was a good weapon. It felt good to use. But these days, I feel bad whenever I use it.
It definitely doesn't feel, from my outsider's perspective, it doesn't seem like particularly impactful for
like it's
compared
nice.
to every other weapon that exists.
Yes, yeah, it's nice, but that's about where it ends. I remember, by the way, that when Far Zero first came out, it was sort of hard to use this weapon too because of the yellow apples, and you would just kill your team with the zombify. So yeah, that's like a minor nitpick about the weapon. But I think the main strength of the weapon is that you don't need much grid strength to make your Ogis hit really hard because of the second skill.
Yeah.
But we are also reaching the point where like it's not hard to hit big Ogi numbers. So like I feel like that's taken away from the weapon itself, right? Like when grids were weaker, this weapon making your Ogis hit super hard was a big positive. But now that gap is smaller.
Well, that's why they're gonna give it special CA cap.
Yeah, I mean that would help for sure. I think I would want like more hit count on it. Like,
sorry, no, that's Fire's thing.
That's his thing. All right. I'm not sure what else I would want here. Do we have triple CA reactivate anywhere? We don't, right?
No.
This could be like the first triple CA. Like CA reactive, like CA 3 times. I can see them adding something like that on an illustrious weapon.
Yeah, and then you're gonna start seeing that roll out to some characters in the future.
And then it feels bad again. Yeah, fair enough. I remember when Siete first got his 150 effect, we thought that effect might roll out to other characters. Or at least that was something I remember people discussing. Because like it had happened to like Uno, right? Where Uno's 150 effect, which was he counters upon taking damage, was being printed out to regular characters. But yeah, it turns out Siete's effect is way too strong to do that.
Just a bit.
Just a bit, yeah. We'll talk about the Eternals one day, I guess. But yeah, they got to do a lot to this weapon, I feel, to make it feel nice. I think the other thing is, right, defensively, Higu's just so much better too. Like, I feel like I would prefer Higu's defense, like the wind switch and things like that, over the heal here.
Yeah, oftentimes, like you said, that heal often just sabos you if it procs at the wrong time.
Yeah. It feels
So
awkward sometimes, for sure.
It's not always amazing.
Yeah. And like, to be fair, I can also definitely be underestimating how good the weapon is because like it's been so long since I've played any charge attack setup without it, but like, yeah.
What else does water have at the moment?
Yeah, that's the thing. There isn't much.
Of course you're gonna use it because that's all you got.
Yeah. But to be fair, I think the only time you actively sort of want to maybe use it is if you have like better stuff, you would use it. You would use other things for Hexa and Far. Like Hexa has like the Uno setup, which is very, very, very silly.
Unbelievable. That rate has gone crazy.
Yeah. To be fair, you can run like everything in Hexa these days. So. All right. What elements next? Earth. Andromeda.
Ooh.
This is another weapon that started off sort of stinky, but now it's like top tier.
It's like straight up core for Earth endgame.
Yes. It sort of shows the shift in the meta too. When the Illustrious first came out, Kengo was king. Now Arif is like king of Ogi setups. So
Guitar Hero.
Yep, the Guitar Hero is like.
I wonder who pioneered that.
Wow. Yeah, I wonder who did. Definitely wasn't me. Anyways, so Andromeda being so good, I think, in combination with Rising Force being so good, it's sort of nuts.
I think also have Mage Origin coming out.
Yes, and Mage Origin can wield harps, and Mage Origin gets Mana Tours, which means they get Agustia. So not only are you getting like whatever Andromeda gives you, you're getting Agustia double nuke every turn. And Agustia nuke hits hard. So yeah, this weapon does everything you want in a charge attack team. Gives you charge bar battery, gives you double CA. Just you always just charge attack twice. I don't even know what it is.
You just do it.
You just do it. You get buff count for like with a whole lot of good buffs here. TA.
You get heal like Shishio. That's like the thing Shishio does. Heals you. You get a nuke on Ogi because why not?
It's good. This is the best charge attack weapon on the list out of the Illustrious.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't think it's close. It's sort of nuts what this weapon does. Yep.
The amount of times that I've wished Higurashi was just not a katana and like literally any other weapon type.
Yep. Can you imagine, by the way, like a weapon like this in Wind as well? Like Wind is okay, to be fair, Proving Grounds is very good because it gives the 10% bar. And this doesn't give bar, it gives uplifted. So it's a little different. But like, if there was like a weapon of this power with like cuts with 10% charge bar, it'd be nuts.
Yeah, that's why you don't have it.
What if they give
Keep
it?
dreaming.
Do you reckon they saw that synergy?
No.
Do you reckon that was like a community found thing? The Proving Grounds plus cards thing?
Yeah, probably.
I feel like to some extent cuts they personally I think they would have seen it because like that S4 doesn't really work unless it's a setup like this. I think they planned it with Katura though. I think Katura was like because they weren't too far from each other, I think, right? Cuts to Katura.
I would say so, yeah, maybe.
Because yeah, Katura has this synergy with cuts with her giving charge bar as well. So I think that was planned. The Proving Grounds I'm not sure about because it's such a obscure weapon. And RF at the time was not meta as well. So that one I'm not sure about. Anyways, yeah, this weapon I have no idea what they do. It is already so good. Unlike Hresvelga, it has 3 useful skills, and therefore I think it's better than Hresvelga. Smiley face.
All right, sure. It's not like we spent like half an hour talking about Husvelger. Even outside of the Husvelger.
Anyways, hunting time. This weapon's nutso too. Tell me about it. I don't have this one.
Cajun always calls it a do more damage weapon.
Yeah, I agree with that. It is.
It kind of is that. Like, you just do more damage. That's really about it.
Do you think this gets attack count plus?
Oh. I don't think it would get attack count.
Because it has double strike innately, right?
Right.
So I'm wondering if it gets +1 so that it's double strike unless you have a double strike effect. Like
here,
FO.
I'll say this. I hope it doesn't get attack count.
You hope it doesn't.
Because that would just make Fighter Origin Fronting just the obvious pick, and that's really boring.
Yeah, I can see that.
We've done that for like the past like 3 years.
Okay. No, that's fair. Yeah, no, I agree with that because it is hard to fit other classes oftentimes because like what do you do? What else do you do? You do Chaos Ruler when you need debuffs, when you're forced to do debuffs, and that's about it.
And even then, like you still use Fighter Origin for that because you just double proc Beast Fang.
Yeah, true. It's functionally a boring weapon, says chat. Yeah, I can see that. It's very simple.
It is. It's nice when you are using swords, but like it is just do more damage. So it maybe the Uncaps will like lean more into its like the damage over time and then slight defense for that type of thing instead of the double strike where its entire personality came from. So we'll see.
You want the damage over time to do more or something?
Maybe they'll do something with that. Who knows?
Okay. Maybe it's just going to be you get more stuff if you take turn-based damage.
Yeah, maybe like it.
That would just make Siege Daggers come back into the grid though, right? Functionally?
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, like in a world where taking the dot gives you a lot more buffs or something, then it would just make it so that you just chuck in one extra.
Depends on the fight, because we do kind of see some dots here and there in some fights where you don't have to worry about that. Like Diaspora just does it, Subby just does it.
Yeah, true.
So
yeah.
Think does Nihui Vente do it? I know it does like a billion plane from something.
No, I don't. It doesn't.
I think those are like procs, not like dots.
Yeah, they're not dots. I'm pretty sure.
Well, Nihui Vente is just gonna do dots, so there you go.
Where do you place Fronting in the overall imaginary tier list of Illustriouses? Would you put it
like
top?
It's good, but it's kind of like how Shishio is like, of course you use it type of good. It's not. I would put Andromeda above it personally.
I would agree. I think the simple reason is Andromeda enables more stuff, whereas like we've said, this is do more damage, which
Like if I
oftentimes
did
doesn't
not
really change that much.
if I did not already have this weapon, I would not spend 150 on this one today.
Gotcha. What do you think is currently the best weapon?
Okay, come on.
I mean, I'm just getting your opinion on the record.
Chris Velger is, I think, for the overall game and how you use these weapons, Hirschfelger is like king in that sense. In terms of like goodness, I think like Hirschfelger, Andromeda's lower, obviously. I think that's about it for the top tiers. I don't know if I would put Erish that high. Erish is good, but like it's kind of hitting the printing issue where it's like, yeah, it's just you just do damage.
Yes, I agree with you. I think Hirschfelger is personally for me undisputed number one. I would say Erish does a little bit more than Hunting personally, because I think there's more than just do more damage and cut buttons with that weapon.
Well, yes, it's like it's better than hunting, but like we're starting to use it in that kind of sense
Yeah,
where it's
gotcha.
like yeah, of course you just use it. We use it even past like turn 3. That's just kind of how you use it. So
All right.
I say we like I play Dark, by the way.
All right. Wind. Romp.
Hey, I think you skipped one.
We'll do that
In
one.
the list. The
We'll
bows
get
first.
back to that one. All right. We'll talk about that one later.
Sure.
After this one. So, Romp. It's already
This
a good
one's
weapon.
weird.
It's a good weapon, but it's what's the right word here? What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I'm curious what you think they could possibly do to this weapon, because this was gonna be my next weapon.
Yeah,
It might still be, but we'll see.
I think the weapon's cool. I think it actually thematically suits Wind quite well too. And the other thing is it lines up. When I say lines up, I mean the second skill, which is the Team Assassin, lines up with a lot of key Wind things. So like Lamarok, S3, lines up with the Assassin turn, which is obviously very nice. And then I believe the Iwia, I haven't used Iwia in years, but the Iwia double strike turn also lines up with something like this. So I don't think they change the electrifying onslaught. Like, I don't think they make it faster because it breaks the synergy there, personally. I personally think they lean into the flurry more. And I think it gets wild flurry somewhere. Maybe on Ogi.
Yeah, I could see that on Ogi.
I don't see the weapon getting 4-hit flurry. But yeah, I can see wild flurry somewhere. And I think Ogi is probably most quote unquote suitable.
You want to Ogi with this anyway, right? Like, isn't like the rotation?
It
Do you
depends
still
on
do
how much
that?
damage you need. But most fast rotations, no, you don't Ogi. It's pretty much only Guild Wars stuff where you might want to Ogi for the Keen and the Echo. But like that's what I mean. I think it's nice for those things. I do think Wild Flurry on Ogi is a little bit more awkward than like 3-turn. Or what is it? 3-turn? Yeah, 3-turn Echo. But I'm assuming this is Wild Flurry one time at the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'm curious where they take Wind.
The Majesty is
overall.
weird.
Majesty is a bit weird. It's nice though. HP is not ever a bad thing in my opinion. Most of the time, anyways. like I'm curious where they take Wind as a whole, because like up until recently we've been very enmity focused. But with recent releases, it's like, is it worth going enmity, or do you just stay stamina? It's like Elo doesn't need to be enmity either, whereas like Spartan wanted to be enmity.
Yeah,
So,
I don't mind it because I still haven't barred my Nor swords or Destiny Knuckles.
right, yeah. Chat said it's better than enmity, IMO. I mean, Wind would have liked enmity more, to be honest. Because like it does like you just get more damage. But Majesty is better because it means you can work it for stamina setups too. So yeah, like I mean, I definitely prefer Majesty. It's just that enmity for certain setups would have been much better for sure. But Majesty gives it the flexibility to be good in both. Yeah.
Hey,
I'm
you
not sure.
ready?
I'm not sure what it gets. I'm trying to stall because I don't want to talk about the next weapon. Do we have to?
Yes, we have to.
All right. Tell me about this weapon, Omikin.
Why do I have to tell you? You're the win person.
I don't know what it does. No, I mean, I do know what it does, but okay. I don't want this to become Mercy Lager rant podcast.
Here we go.
But
All right, VOD gamers.
But in a world where we have weapons like Higurashi and Andromeda, even Shishio, I really don't get what they were doing with this one. Like, do you see, like, do you think there's any redeeming qualities about this weapon when those other ones exist?
It's so funny because it feels like this was designed years before they actually released it. Because like I can see this being good in content years ago. But like when it was released, it's like, what are you gonna delay? What is this even for? And then they rebalanced it, and then they didn't do anything with it.
Yeah, like I don't understand why Andromeda just gets you just Ogi twice, and meanwhile this one you don't Ogi twice, and then like Shishio just gives bar. So like this one gives bars, but like that's not like unique about this weapon, and like to get the bar you have to drain, and you have to inflict delay drain for even more. But like
Which is
don't
not
understand.
working, by the way.
Yes, delay
Like
drain
it
doesn't
not
work.
gonna work.
Because in any hard raid where you want to charge attack, delay doesn't work, because if you delayed the boss and never got to see omens, then that invalidates the boss. So delay is a mechanic, much like paralyze or, you know, some of these really strong debuffs which just don't work. Because if they did, then you wouldn't be playing the game anymore. Or like the boss would be dead, so there's no challenge, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So, like, I don't even know. And here's the thing, right? Let's just imagine, because one thing I've seen chat say whenever I bring this up is, hey, what if they just made delay drain like work all the time?
No.
And the thing is, that breaks some bosses too. Like, think Vesusia. If your delay drain works, then past Jodo 50, Halo, the omen that clears your Halo just never shows up. So, like, you've now bricked the raid. So, like, basically, this weapon being so reliant, or I won't say so reliant, but it's one of its effects is based on a debuff that doesn't work. And then, like, it providing really nothing of note on top of that. And then the real kicker here is that this weapon's a bow. So there's no classes for it either. Like, we talked about how Kengo is not actually that great these days. And that's the best class for this weapon. So there's just so many things going against this for it to actually be good. I remember when this was first revealed on the slide in Granblue Fairs, it was a bow, and immediately I was distraught. I was like, why is it a bow? Why did it have to be a bow? Because bow immediately lowers its potential. Like sword,
They
extremely
still
high.
haven't
Bow,
given us
really
a
low.
solid bow class.
Yeah. Like, and you have to cope for Ranger Origin for it to maybe be okay. But then here's the thing. Ranger, Omikin, what weapons does Ranger use?
Bow and gun.
And gun. So let's pretend they made Ranger Origin really good. That would also mean they're making Hresvelga really good. So they got to balance it a bit here. Because if they can't make the class too good, otherwise Hresvelga's going to go insane.
Hold up. That's why they're going to get rid of the gun proficiency like they did with Mage Origin.
Oh, okay. So then what weapon would go on Ranger instead of the gun?
Dagger.
Bow, dagger. Okay, so it's Mercy Futsu class.
Give Futsu. Give it
I see.
Futsu.
Right. I see. Anyways. Weapon sucks. I don't know what they do to it. It needs a lot. But
They need to overhaul the entire kit.
I will say, you know how you said you hope Blazing Mistral is not that good? For me, I want Mercy to just be bad.
It's already bad.
I don't want it to be good. So I don't want Transcendence to make it good because I don't want to get it.
Okay, there's a difference between me and you here. There's a clear difference.
There is.
I already have my weapon.
Yeah, I don't have this weapon and I don't want to get it. And like the weapon, by the way, is like, I think it says in the wiki trivia, it means bat in Spanish. So they clearly want it to be vampire inspired. So that's why it has the drain stuff. But I don't know. I feel like they got to ditch it for it to be good. Anyways, light. Futsu.
Oh, Futsu.
I feel like this weapon really only shined twice in history, which is once when Oro OTK was a thing and you had the extra nuke. And then before that, it was like the Tormentor. Was it Far Zero? I think it was Far Zero, right?
It was Far, yeah.
Yeah. It was that sort of thing. And other than that, it's just been like FA weapon for Mana Diver, which is better than Ivory Arc.
Pretty much, yeah.
So,
and like, it's so funny they didn't really give Light too many sources of Thunderstruck. Let me see.
yes.
Yeah,
And
it's still like Albert, Levin Sisters.
I mean, it probably doesn't have much because of this weapon, right? Colin says, I joined to my weapon's rightful slander.
Like, once upon a time, I did very seriously consider getting this one as my next one, but
it doesn't
it's not
do much at the moment.
Doesn't
like,
really do anything.
It's basically like Hunting, but worse, right? It does more damage. It's a do more damage weapon, but it doesn't. Like Hunting, like we talked about how Hunting is sort of boring, but like it does what it does very well. I feel like this one, like, it doesn't do it as well.
Right. Oh, I didn't realize it had a one-turn cut to MC skill cooldowns on Ogi.
Yes.
Very interesting.
And I also think this class lost a big thing, which is potentially Wizard Origin.
Whoopsie, sorry.
No more dagger for Wizard Origin. So yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing for this one. Who knows?
Sounder says light skill meta is strong. I would agree with that, and it's super fun. Yes, I think Futsu unlocks a side of light you don't really see otherwise. Fair.
When your competition is what it's currently doing,
Yes, I think that's the main thing. Like, personally, I would like to see Futsu be better than its current form. I think right now it's a for fun weapon. And I mean, maybe that is a good thing, to be fair.
it's kind of similar to Mistral, the way I see it. Where I'd honestly say Mistral's better now. But like it's kind of just like, hey, I have Futsu, I'm gonna have fun with it.
Yep, sure. Like if Mercy was half as good as this, I would consider getting it. I'll put it that way. All right, Ura. This weapon I do actually want to see be good. Because I think this weapon's cool.
Yeah, this one's fun.
This one's fun.
I'm always jealous when I see the effects that it does.
Yeah, exactly. Like whenever you see it happen, it's cool. I think it's unfortunate that it's not super meta. But yeah, it has the bloodshed, has Fandango, and then, in my opinion, the funnest part, which is the big counters.
They're so cool.
Whenever you see like burst teams use it, or even some full autos, it's just really fun to watch. But yeah, in current meta, you don't get to see it much. You don't get to see it much at all. Do you think they're going to lean more into burst on this one?
Hard to say. I
personally think they should. I don't know.
They should, yes. I don't know if they fully will, though.
Gotcha.
Light's enmity kind of stinks too. So
yes, Light doesn't really have much enmity support. So that is inherently sort of anti-synergistic. All right. Next, Erish. Was this your first Illustrious?
This was my first one. I got it on release.
Yeah, I don't have this weapon. But Erish's role is very simple, which is that you do burst. And we know that this is the most purchased one too, right?
Yes.
Light doesn't enmity because you cut your max HP. Yes, fair. I forgot. Nehan cuts your life, so it doesn't really matter. And Mugen does too. Erish, I've seen so many people say triple strike here.
Oh my god, I've seen so many comments on Erish.
Do you think that happens, firstly?
No, I don't think triple strike.
I don't think triple strike either. I personally think the Ogi. I can see some other buffs on Ogi, but not triple strike.
I think in terms of like broken, I can see attack count on Ogi.
Yes, attack count I can see.
Keeps the double strike, but like if anyone has more than that.
For me, that it's Sariel. It's to synergize more with Sariel. But like Sariel having 4 attacks would be sort of nuts. What do you think about one-time team-wide assassin? No.
What? Was that a dark player that said that? It's probably a dark player.
Attack count is just quadruple strike, triple strike, triple strike, triple strike for the meta burst team. Is it? Wait, how does Sidala get triple strike? Homikin, how does Sidala get triple strike?
They don't.
Ilsa, you're not clicking.
It would require Ilsa and 6. Because they both get double strike on turn 1.
Yeah, okay. That's a lot of buttons.
It is a lot of buttons. That's why you don't do it.
Yeah.
Just take a second turn.
Yeah. Attack count's still very strong. I think if anything gets attack count, I personally think it's fronting.
Yeah. I think some people were talking about buffing MC because you can see that MC gets GTA on Ogi, Like maybe they add something for MC to also attack on the
Oh,
turn.
I can see that. Yeah.
But like it's hard because double strike gained on the Ogi doesn't make you double strike.
Yeah, it would have to be an entirely new thing. Because, like, for example, water falsehood, MC gets double strike but doesn't double strike on the turn, right? So it would have to be
But
an
maybe
entirely
that's
new
good
effect.
for the second turn and onward, so maybe they're okay with that.
Interesting. I also hope that they don't take away this weapon's downside, which is like the skill damage cap.
I forgot it does that. I'm gonna be honest.
To be honest, like most people don't even realize, right? But just on the topic of downsides, like with Rosvalga, I hope downsides stay because they're cool. That being said, I do dislike this weapon personally, just because essentially all it did was cut buttons from things that we already do, which is like Opus, Falsehood.
Yep.
And I found that boring. I thought that was boring. Like Rosvalga is like cool because it does new things. But this one
you really have to like build around Rosvalga. You just throw this in your grid and you're fine.
And then this one was like, you just do what you did, but you just cut buttons. So yeah, I found that boring always. So hopefully they do something else. Because I think it'll be interesting to see. All right. To round out the illustrious section of our podcast, I suppose, Omikin, we'll both give predictions, okay? What do you think? Which weapon do you think we'll be saying is the best?
Yeah, actually, no, it's fine. We can skip over Zosimo. It's fine. I don't.
Do we skip? Oh, I forgot about Zosi. No,
we don't have to talk about it. It's fine.
We don't have to talk about it. But it was voted the best rebalance last year in GBF Awards.
I genuinely don't know how that happened.
I don't know how that happened either.
I don't even know what they did to the rebalance. It was so like unimpactful.
I think it
didn't even need a rebalance.
Damage, right? Like, I don't remember the before and after. I'm going to be real. But I think for me, this weapon's similar to like Futsu. In its like, it's fun, and that's sort of where it ends.
That's kind of how it became, but I think before it definitely had more utility. You can also kind of see it in the Papa Lakuva fight. I think it started to come back up for that.
Yeah, because it does the 4 mil hits with your skills, and that raid, it's hard to hit 4 mil with skills. So generally, you try to do it with the Ogi or something else.
When a Dark Chain Burst activates, what? Why does it have that?
Which one?
On Zosimos, it has a Chain Burst effect.
Oh, yeah.
I clearly don't have this weapon. And this is probably one of my least wanted weapons.
I think this is the weapon I'm the least familiar with on this entire list. It's funny that I know Mercy better than this weapon.
Well, yeah, you know that Mercy doesn't do anything.
Yeah. All right. So let's both predict. How about this? I'll rephrase the question from what I said earlier. What do we think will be the biggest winner from Transcendence? The biggest improvement? Not necessarily the best weapon after everything, but the biggest improvement.
Biggest improvement.
We'll write it down. I'll write it down and then we'll compare once we know.
I don't know. Because it would have to be the biggest gap from where it currently is to where it becomes.
Yes.
And I think some of these just have an identity issue where the identity of the weapon just is holding it back so much.
Mm.
Like they could make it better if it wasn't tied to the weapon's like core. So, but
like Mercy being tied to delay drain. And
Yes,
Drain.
I'm specifically thinking about that. I'm like, what could they possibly do? Like, maybe they could make Mercy nichely really good, kind of like how Siete is. Like, you don't really
Yeah.
use Siete for much, but like he's really good for one specific type of content.
Yep.
I think they could. Maybe it also depends because some people can still say Mistral's bad, but I don't think Mistral's too bad right now. So like maybe they could make Mistral really good, and you could say that is like the biggest upgrade. But I think I'm putting my bets on Mercy.
You think Mercy will be the biggest improvement?
Half hopeful.
Okay, all right. I personally
I
think
think it would be really funny. But
it would
like,
be
yeah.
really funny, but not for me. I personally think I'm leaning towards like Order. I think Order has
I
a
just don't
lot
know
of
what they would
potential.
do with Ura. It does have a potential thing, so I think that's
Yes,
a solid guess.
I would personally say Order. All right, next question then. What is a weapon that's gonna get Transcendence, and we're gonna be like, what was the point? Or basically least improvement. Like it's better, but it's like so little compared to everything else.
I think hard. That's hard. I think that might be Andromeda, honestly.
I can see Andromeda. I think Rest is an easy sort of answer here too, just because like basically choosing something that's very good already.
Yeah.
Do you think
Because
Andromeda?
like I'm gonna say because Felger is gonna get something that makes the Transcendence like worth it. I think
agree.
Andromeda's not really gonna get anything that's gonna be like, oh, you have to get this upgrade. It's gonna be like, oh, it's a good update.
See,
But
yeah,
like you don't have to.
I think it's easy to look at a weapon and be like, hey, it's already good, so it's not going to get much more. But I think an alternative way to look at it is that this weapon's good, so if it gets even better, more people are going to want it.
They want you to spend the moons.
Exactly. They want people to get these. So I think I'm not going to say Hrisvelga. I think Hrisvelga's going to get, at least, even if it's something like, you know how like the second skill is useless? I think it might get a skill that's situationally good. But like it's going to be like, still enables something.
Yeah, it's water is just kind of like that, where even the smallest thing it can get is gonna be used somewhere because this weapon is stupid.
What's my answer for least improved? I was leaning towards Andromeda too, I'll be honest. Like it's gonna be nice, but it's not super impactful, is what I was thinking, right? But I don't want to say the same answer as you, so I'm gonna say Shishio. Maybe hot take.
You've lost all faith in Shishio.
I feel like Shishio is gonna. Oh no, but Shishio's upgrade's so easy, I feel. Oh no, I don't think so. It's less that I've lost faith in Shishio. I think it's more that other things will get better stuff, if that makes sense. It's this or Romp, honestly.
I was thinking Romp for my second one, but I think Andromeda was a bit of a clearer pick for me.
You know, I'm no, but then if I say Romp, people are gonna call me Wind Doomer. No, I'm gonna say Shishio.
Hey, no. I said that it was a solid pick, so you are clear.
Okay. All right, then I'll switch my answer to Romp. Just because I think it's hard to improve that weapon in a way that's not broken. That's why.
Right, exactly.
That's why it's tricky. Because like one small thing and I think it could be not so. That's why. Yeah. That's what I think. That was fun. I'm excited.
All right, Windoomer, what's next?
All right. Illustrious, by the way, is on the 15th. So next episode, we'll be talking about these. We'll be talking about the Illustrious Uncaps next time. All right. Also in Koregra, we got Quality of Life Befoulment, showing the number so you don't have to go to the wiki. It's nice.
It's funny because I feel like that one is actually kind of good. The update they did for artifacts where they give it a score, that's completely useless.
Yes, artifact score didn't do anything. Do we need to rant about artifacts? I already ranted on Twitter.
No, it's okay.
I already ranted on Twitter, but yeah. Artifact score doesn't do anything. Yeah. We also get Romance of the Divine Generals rerun. Obviously nothing for us too, but pretty good for all the new players out there.
It gives me crystals, which I very much need.
Yes, very true. And then we have Elmot Uncap. How excited are you about Elmot?
I don't care about this guy. I don't want to see him anymore.
What's wrong with
tired
Elmot?
of him. I've gotten him like 20 times.
And
I don't care. I think it would be so freaking funny if they did it after Guild War. That would have been so funny.
For context,
hilarious.
Elmot SSR came out after Guild War when he originally first came out. And people were mad because his kit looked good for Guild War. So yes, it would be very funny if they had put the FLB after Guild War once again. But he has potential. Double Dispel.
He definitely has potential.
Like he double
has
Dispel.
Potential with Mistral, which is the worst part.
Oh my god, you're right. I'm so excited for you.
I don't want to use it. He I could see him giving the boss buffs too, which is the worst part.
That sounds perfect for Mistral. What do you mean? Don't you want your Mistral to be better?
Not like this. Not like this.
All right. Okay, and then the biggest news, I think, from the Koregra was Transcendence.
Ooh, boy. Okay.
Transcendence for July. So not this month, but next month. We received note that they will be receiving their Transcendence starting late July, and it's going to work like the Eternals. So at the start, they're only going to be available to 110, and it's only for Maria and Kaim. It will be tied, the materials that you need will be tied to the new mode called Evoking Solomonis, I think, something like that, which is like a new roguelike mode that they're adding. And then the subsequent levels would be released in waves. So in the future, we'll get Nia Estoriola, which will be 120, then Frau Lobelia, 130, and so on and so forth.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too. The Wonder that we also get is going to be really nice. So Justice, once we get 110, we'll be able to just put Justice on as a Wonder instead of having to put it in your grid. And then Nia and Geisenborger will give HP as well as damage amp on their Wonder, which I think is funny because if you ever need to sacrifice characters, having HP and attack is sort of a grief. But it's nice.
It's fine, just turn off the Wonder.
Okay, other than Frau and Maria, who are your favorite evokers? Like kit-wise, kit-wise, you're most excited
Kit-wise?
for
Oh,
Nin.
that's different.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about kit-wise. You're allowed to say Frau and Maria, by the way, as well. I just didn't want you just saying Frau immediately.
Well, like, Frau is really simple.
Yes.
Like, she just clicks a bunch of skills and she heals and does skill damage. That's really about it. I think Maria, I really hope they do something with her.
I agree. I think she's so cool as a character. Like the kid.
Yeah. She what she does is really unique and interesting. And I hope they like make her good. Because right now she's like solid in certain situations. Which is like not a bad place to be. You could be Geisenberger.
Yes. So Maria's buff has so much potential, but like they definitely held back from it. And it's funny when you just directly compare her buff to someone like Hasselia's or even Kaim, where like Kaim has no duration and Maria's is only 5 turns or whatever. And it's like hard to set up and things like that. So yeah. But even characters like Kaim aren't seeing much frontline usage these days. So like
No, they aren't.
Like out of the evokers, who actually sees frontline usage frequently? Arcelia, Katselia, Frau.
Even Hase kind of
Hase is falling off a little bit, yes.
Just because of how clicky she is.
Yes, exactly. It's really only in super optimized stuff. Like Cuts.
Frau is just full auto, really. Yeah. That's about it.
Is Cuts the best at the moment?
I would say so. Like, without a doubt. Everyone else is just kind of like backline warmers.
Yeah, and like everybody's nice, but I think Cuts is the only one who actively is like, hey, you sort of really want this character. I mean, I think Huss is very close, for the record.
Right.
I think the other thing about Cuts, which is sort of nutso, is he works in skill mash too.
Yep, and that's why he's last. When are we getting him? What is the estimate?
Wave sometime 5. Next year. So yeah, sometime next year. He's last with Alanan.
That's fine. I don't want him.
Alanan it's crazy how Alanan has changed over, like his role has, or like the opinion of him has changed over time.
Because he used to be like super core.
Yeah, like you couldn't make a burst team without Alanan. And the character does so much. And it's insane that a character who clicks 3 of his buttons on entry is not being used. And the simple reason is because it's too slow to bring him in. I've seen this a lot, and I'm curious where you stand. What do you think they do about the swap in? Like, do you think they keep it? Do you think they get rid of it?
Yeah, I think they absolutely keep it. I agree. Think we've been talking about identities of things that is
their identity.
Their evoker's identity.
Exactly, yeah. I don't think they ever get rid of swap in or like extra stuff on swap in.
It makes it really freaking annoying to rate them, but yes. It's just what they do for each of them. It's a bit hard. They have been releasing more characters that just fake die or actually die.
Yes.
Lately, so we'll see how those play with these characters.
I think for me, I think Maria's my answer too for my question on whose skill set do I want to see improve the most. Yeah, like,
I'm curious what they do with Lobelia, because like feel like he doesn't really do much anymore.
Labelli's risky too because this S2 is so powerful.
Right.
It's a tricky character to balance around because like S1's too slow and it doesn't do that much. Like its sole purpose is to build up stacks, right? And then S2 is so good.
And then his S4 doesn't really do anything.
Yeah.
So who knows?
It's funny that when you use Lobelia, you turn off like S1 and like you just leave S2 on. And you turn
You
off
even
S3.
turn off S4
Yeah.
too. Like it's just it doesn't do anything.
I
It's just an
think I
extra
leave S4
animation.
on. But yeah, it's
I
just extra
generally do
damage.
it too.
But S3, which is his, you know how like most characters have some stack they build up and then you get a payoff. It's funny that you don't use the payoff skill for Lobelia because it's just better to reset everybody's cooldowns. So yeah. And then moving on, the game mode, Evoking Solomons.
I'm really excited for this.
Me too. We've seen some screenshots. Recently I've been playing, I say recently, but like a couple of weeks ago I was playing a lot of Slay the Spire, which is a roguelike, and this seems somewhat similar, where like you build a team based on random characters given to you. You go through nodes, going through something, and then you defeat a boss at the end. During the middle, you get events where you have to choose between different options. I think there's so much potential here, and my sole hope is that you aren't allowed to use your own grid, and it's
that would
instead
be
weapons that you
really.
unlock throughout the run.
That could also help people kind of learn how grids work as well.
For sure, I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Because I think the moment we're allowed to use our own grid, what characters you get no longer matters. Because you can just outscale it. You trivialize it. And I think if this is really fun, then like it would be such a big success. Like people imagine like this game mode's fun and you just play the game mode because it's fun.
That's kind of how I'm expecting to play it. Like, I'm not gonna do it. Obviously, I'm gonna do it for Evoker Transcendence, but like, probably gonna keep doing it because it's like, it's interesting content.
Like, hey, we'll just do a run and then see how it goes. And then, like, on the run, you get wacky characters that you would never normally use. And then you have grid weapons and you have to make some grid out of like really jank weapons and then you somehow beat the run. And I think, to me, that sounds really fun.
It's similar to like auction, how you kind of have to make some jank team and hope it works.
So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. I just hope that we can't just ignore the farm part, or not the farm part, but like the combat, I guess.
I think they're probably gonna do something at least later on that just like makes this mode really fast and trivializes a lot of the mechanics, but maybe on release they'll keep it in this like kind of puzzly state, because that's just kind of how they did with base Arcarum and they did with Sandbox, and now both of those modes you can just kind of like skip through them.
That's fair. Yeah. Yeah, I think the thing that makes me pessimistic isn't the right word, but like more skeptical that your grids won't impact this is that ultimately this is a gacha game, and not being able to use strength that you farmed normally might go against like what many players want. Like I don't know what the general sentiment for this would be. I don't know if people would want to be able to use their own grid so that they could just power through everything and not worry about.
Absolutely. I'm sure they want that.
Yeah,
which is probably going to be a big complaint if that is not how it is.
Yeah,
so.
Like because inevitably, like some game modes aren't like some people don't like certain genres. Like I'm not normally a big like strategy RPG gamer, as an example. So like if someone doesn't like roguelikes or this type of game mode, then they probably just want to get through it as quickly as possible, right? So I don't know. At the very least, I'm glad that they're experimenting with what looks like different forms of the game, because a lot of Granblue is, at the end of the day, find a quest and do it a bunch of times. But
Yeah, exactly.
this one looks to be different, and that's what they experimented with original Arcarum as well, to be fair. But yeah.
People hated doing them. They're
Yes.
like, okay, we'll skip it.
Yeah. So we'll see where this lands. I have high hopes, at the very least. I have high hopes. Did we have any other big announcements? Video Relink.
We had I guess the Relink bonuses that they're gonna give.
Oh, that's true as well. Yeah. Let me just bring up the video Relink trailer so we can play it in the background. But yeah, we did get the bonus one. The bonus code. Do you want to talk about that while I find this trailer?
Yeah, so when you link your Relink game and your Granblue mobile game account to your Cygames ID, you get a bonus, like, fake bubs, I guess, like demi bubs, if you know, like demi Optimus summons. It's functionally the same as base bubs. It's just different. And the key thing about this is you can uncap this free bubs with regular bubs. But you cannot do it the other way around. So you can't use this free... It's the golden armor, we believe. The golden armor bubs. You can't use that as the copy to uncap base bubs.
Yes.
So for most players, it's probably going to be a cool summon skin. But for players who don't have bubs, you can stone it and it'll function exactly the same as regular bubs.
Yep. I remember when we first saw the Providence word, we were like really scared that it was like some big pay to win thing, but I'm glad that it's essentially just a skinned bubs. So where do you feel on the demi thing? Because like I've seen some people be worried that they add Transcendence to bubs in the future, and then you won't be able to transcend that one.
That is my concern because they have done that before, and that's the problem.
I feel personally, I think they learned from it, so they wouldn't do it again.
I mean, like, they could just very well add Transcendence to this one as well if they really wanted to. But, like, I think with this edition, I don't think we're gonna see an uncap like that anytime soon. Like, we all thought, oh, with the Babel Tower, we're gonna get, like, some bubs uncap or something like that. But they're just giving us the gold armor with this one instead, so...
I think, for me, Transcendence for bubs. I think they just added to it as well, if it happens. But I'm also not sure if they add Transcendence to it anytime soon.
It still doesn't have a 5-star uncap, so they need to do that too.
Yeah.
And
but we did learn from the Illustrious that they can just add them both at the same time.
True.
But
I think we
like bubs isn't at the point where it really needs it.
It's still good.
It's still
like,
good,
it's
exactly.
Still used very frequently.
So yeah. Anyways, we'll talk about Fadil. What do you think of the trailer?
Different than what I was expecting.
We both talked about how her combat was very not what we expected.
Yeah, I was definitely expecting more melee, but like we discussed, like kind of Frau is filling that role right now where she's very like up close melee. So I guess they wanted to do something a bit different for Fediel, where she's a bit more of like a mid-range.
They said that can she operates
at close range.
Yeah, at any range. That was the Twitter post, which is definitely different. I don't think there's any other character that does that.
Song, I guess. Like
Song,
you kind of do.
Yeah, okay, with the shotgun.
Play her close. Yeah.
I guess Sandy, you can do the range with the dodge move, and you have your swords to hit. So yeah, but yeah,
I think
Fadil
she's
seems to
a
be
nice
intentionally
additional
designed.
option.
Yes, I agree. I didn't realize until like after I watched the trailer because I was so excited. But I was hoping like originally that she would turn into the dragon in her Skybound arc.
I was hoping so too.
But yeah, she doesn't. So I'm now wondering if we get that model in game at some point for her, because
Well,
it seems like we fight her at some point, right?
yeah, they could do something like that for the fight, but maybe it's just too well. Like, I think it could fit perfectly with this update because they're adding summons, and you could just have like a dragon transformation, like as a super long cooldown skill, like Eternals, and just have
Sure.
her transform
Okay.
into like a summon like thing. But we haven't seen it, so. And I feel like that would be a really cool thing to show in the trailer.
Edward says Fadil's too big. I disagree. Fadil's like the smallest out of the 6 dragons. Fadil would be like about the size of probably one of the dragons in this trailer.
We're fighting one of the dragons
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
trailer.
Like Fadil would be about the same size of that. But the only one I think is actually too big is Galleon.
Luo would be weird.
Yeah.
I think the others would be all right.
Um,
Luo's a little just too snaky to be in this.
yeah, and at the end of the day, like if a thing's too big, they would just scale it down a bit, like if it needed to be. But yeah, no, Fadil is the smallest out of the 6 dragons in dragon form. Which dragon or worm is that in the trailer? This is the, you know, in And You, there's what is it called? Evil black worm or something? Do you remember the name?
Is that evil? I thought evil was like it had different colors on it.
I was evil, different color. But either way, yeah, in Andrew, there's like the alternate dragons. I think these one had very similar names as those ones.
I only remember
Williness. Yes.
I remember I kept some of them in game. Hold on. What is the fire one?
Suplop says no, that's evil. Okay, yeah.
Razorek, something like that. That's the fire one.
It's the same as the Gacha SR dragons, right? Yeah. So yeah, in the Andrew story, they acted as like some of the 6 dragons, yeah.
But I think that's
evil
the
looks
light
different.
one.
Oh, is that not evil? Okay. So yeah, it might just be an upgraded version, might be a different one entirely. We don't know, I guess.
The light one is like silver and blue colored, which is why we thought that it's the dragon or the dark one.
Yeah. I still have hope.
Radis, something like
Radis,
that.
yeah.
Radis white worm.
I still have hope that I really hope we get to see a dragon form. A proper dragon form in Relink. That'd be so cool. We probably only get post-release characters now. Like, there's probably no more new characters.
They've already solidified.
They've done they've added so many more than I expected, by the way, which is nice. Who do you want as post-release if they add post-release?
I think honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I got everything that I wanted, so I don't care what they add.
You sound like how I felt when Versus came out, because they added Grimnir and I was happy. I was asked like, "Hey, who else do you want added?" I'm like, "I already got Grimnir. I'm happy."
Realistically, I think they would add like a Zodiac, because that's one of the few that they just haven't added to this game, and we know that like Zodiacs are very popular. But who they add, I don't know, because it seems like they're trying to keep the series characters that they add to each of these games, Rising and Relink, a little bit separate, with Frau and Nier being in both, and then Fediel and Galleon and Wilnas being in the others. So I don't know if they'll do Vikala and Anilla, but those are like
Who's
the
like
number
next
one
popular?
ZX.
Vajra?
I
I don't
think
know
it's hard to
popularity.
say. I think those are clear top ones. But like you could say Pela, you could say Vajra. I think those are two pretty high ones.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see I
I
can
think Pela is a
see
little too new.
yes. We'll have to see it. I'm excited. I hope they do more post-release content. Um hopefully maybe one day another like a Relink 2 as well. I wonder if they add another DLC if this one does well. Or if they would just move on to Relink 2.
I don't know. I think you know a little bit more about these types of games
Right, yeah.
than me.
um it's hard to say because like we haven't seen like Cygames, Granblue, like this side of Cygames, I guess. Or at least I'm not familiar with this side of Cygames because I've only played gachas from Cygames before. Hard to say. Like for Monster Hunter, they normally do like one big expansion and then they do post-release updates. So if it's like Monster Hunter, then it'll be this update with a couple post-release, and then they start working on a new one.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll do like a full Relink 2. Seems like a lot. Pretty far down the line.
It would be, yeah, it'll be a couple years later. I think they were surprised by how much people liked Relink as well.
Oh, absolutely. And now you can really tell they're trying to push it a lot more with how much promo they're doing.
Lots and lots of promo. Like the YouTube channel, they only made that for this expansion as well, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
And
They
the
they
social
had to
media
like
account
make
didn't exist.
they had to make a bunch of trailers for all the existing characters too.
Yeah, so clearly they're like trying to push it a lot more. And speaking of like them pushing like more internationally, like I saw the cosplayers.
Yep.
Where
So
are they going again? Yeah,
they've
tell
got
us about
one set going to Anime Expo in the beginning of July, and they also have one set going to Japan Expo in France.
it. Like that's
Shortly
nuts,
afterwards.
honestly.
Like I generally don't know what they would do there, right? Because I've never like experienced that before. But I hope to see for myself. We'll see.
Yeah, it's cool that they're expanding globally, I guess. And yeah, we'll have to see what they're doing. I imagine they'll hang around the Cygames booths at the respective cons.
So
And
many years ago, in like 2019-ish, before COVID, they actually brought, I believe it was the official Greya cosplayer to the Chicago Anime Convention, ASIN. She just kind of hung around. She came to the Granblue meetup that Sheep actually hosted at the time, and she just kind of posed with everyone. I don't think she spoke any English. I think she was just with the her translator or something, or her guide. But yeah, she just kind of hung around. I don't think Cygames had anything there though, so I don't know what she was there for, but she was there.
Okay. It sounds like this one's like definitely more like organized on their part.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because they're like
I
announcing
think they
it.
had like booth labels for them as well.
Yeah.
So.
All right. We're going to talk about the new characters.
I guess.
All right. So with EO, your character, right?
Sure.
We'll start with you because obviously we're going to talk a lot more about Mikaboshi. But EO, we saw her in the event. Earth, new SSR. I wonder if we're going to get new SSRs for the other characters like Eugen, Rosetta and stuff. I hope we do. because a lot of those older versions just aren't really seen anymore. And this EO, I think, is a nice spiritual successor to like, well, I shouldn't say spiritual, but it's a nice like successor to like the grand form because it has very similar mechanics, but in a much more updated context.
Yeah, that's kind of how I got it when I was playing with her briefly in Diaspora. Holy crap, is she slow? But she does a lot of stuff. So
Does she just click a lot, or
she doesn't click. She just does a bunch of animations.
oh, so Flowery 7 procs just take a lot of time.
The hold on, let me pull her up here. The like post turn nukes also just constantly go off.
Oh,
They're really cool.
This one,
Like
fire, freeze, lightning, gravity well. Okay.
yeah, she's interesting. The full auto is not consistent.
Okay.
My characters keep dying, but like I think it's one of the faster ones. So surprisingly, like a slower character is making this faster. So
Okay. Where do you see her being like good?
ooh, I think in those types of full autos, I guess. Like, I don't think she entirely does what I want her to do in the sense that, like, I want her to kind of, like, help sustain my team and do, like, some skill damage. I don't think she does all of those entirely too well, but, like, what she does is solid,
Okay.
I guess.
So currently you would mainly just bring her for the big nukes, the auto-casted nukes that happen every so often.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. That was my impression when I looked at the kit as well. Like you're just auto-procking Flowery 7, you're auto-procking the end of turn stuff, and they're nice. I think it's a fun kit, which is good.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about Mika. So tell me about the character. No, we'll start with the character.
Well, you guys know the cool class Fighter Origin. Well, this is that in character form, pretty much.
Right.
Even down to the hostility from Dawnbreak. She's got that. And boy, does she get the hostility. Holy crap.
So we are currently referring to it, I believe, S2, right?
No, it's her passive.
Oh, it's a passive. Okay.
She has hostility.
Oh, no, sorry. I was talking about the double strike. But
oh, double strike, yeah.
Yeah, double strike is from S2, I think. Yes.
I forgot you don't have.
Yeah, I don't have this character. You do. I had to skip this banner because, like we said, there's too many.
You did not skip. Banners. You definitely pulled.
I pulled a bit. We did 10 of a tenner.
Yeah, after I fully sparked.
All right. So how long for you does it normally take for her to get like her S2 and things like that?
It's a bit inconsistent. Assuming consistent, you get her S2 up like turn 6, 7, something around there.
Was that intentional?
So like no.
wait, hold up before we continue. I have to mention. So you know how Final Fantasy 7 thing happened yesterday?
Right.
And you know how Maximilian had the director of the game come to his house and he did an interview?
Uh-huh.
There was this bit where he was talking about how long it's been since this development started, or like how since the first game came out. And it's like, you've been working on this game for like 6. And then he was like 6+ years. He like stopped.
Oh my god.
And I found that so funny. He had to stop himself. He was like, you've been working on this game for like 6+ years. So
Plague.
And like chat realized it as well. It was really funny when they realized. Anyways, back to Mika. So you're saying she takes about 6 to 7 turns to get her S2 up, and it's inconsistent.
Roughly, yeah. Obviously, she needs to take damage to cut her cooldown. on that.
Yeah.
So if the boss doesn't hit you, then it doesn't get cut. A funny thing is, I've been using her in Tiamat M3, and I also use Song in that. So when she does her depravity, it also inflicts Charmed. So if
Oh,
Tiamat gets Charmed, I don't get my skill.
right. So she's very similar to Yatima in that regard, where Yatima
Right.
needs to be targeted by the boss. But I guess Mika's a little bit more restrictive because you got to take damage as well. I don't think Fire has as much like shield or those sorts of effects though.
No,
So
you
it's
you
less
just
of an
kind of
issue.
tank everything.
Yeah. So yeah, in regular content, I guess, and when I say regular, I mean like M3 and below, it's a little inconsistent, I suppose.
I mean,
Brass
like
single target too. Yeah.
anything below M3, you are clearing in like 3 turns
Yeah,
anyway.
you don't need her anyways. So, so she's clearly better for longer stuff. Have you seen anything
Absolutely.
in like HL?
I saw some solos in group play, like damage log screenshots. She seems okay.
Okay.
I saw when she first came out, I saw her just fully wiping from some like Fa auto attack or something
Oh, the
because she just like
hostility.
took
Yeah.
every hit.
Okay.
But like she definitely shines in longer content, where you can just like mash turns with her.
I see. Where do you see her in Guild War?
Definitely the higher nightmares, where again
250
you
or
just
200
you
as
just
well?
mash her. Um, you could potentially use her in 200, depending on how strong you are. Again, anywhere where fighter origin is good, she's gonna be that, but another fighter origin.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah. My impression upon seeing the character was like 200 is probably she's probably too slow for it. If you have like optimized things, because if you need like 5 or 6 turns to come online, the boss is probably like what, dead or close to dead, if not. So yeah, but 250, I think she's going to be quite good there. Because does she dispel or double dispel or what? She double dispels, right?
when she gets dispels on her autos. Um, so if she has her double strike, she double dispels.
Yeah.
But she does start dispelling basically after the first turn when she starts to get her buff. So
Okay.
like, if you need that dispel, there you go.
Are you happy
She's
with your character?
I think she's really cool. I just wish she maybe had. See, like, I want a character that is used everywhere, but I also don't want that. So
Mm.
I think she is really solidly like a middle to long content character. And she has like fragility to her where she just has so much hostility and her dot just like slowly kills her.
Okay.
Um,
You got your Alana
she's
and
fine.
Katana though.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good with her. It's just that you have to put that in your grid, and sometimes it's not worth the
Yeah,
slot.
no, that's fair.
So
Last time we were on the podcast, you were saying you wanted something for HL, but this one doesn't really fit into that team, right? Or does
yeah,
it?
the problem is we are very Ogi focused in HL, and she doesn't Ogi too often.
Yeah. She only gets
But
charge bars from attacking 3 times. So
yeah,
you would
it's
have to
weird.
feed her charge bar with other characters.
And then the other options are basically characters that Ogi a billion times. So
So
hard
yeah.
to slot her in there.
So I guess
And
yeah.
she doesn't do too much in terms of like those special omen clearing. She does the dispels, but she doesn't do a whole lot of debuffs.
Mm.
She doesn't do. Well, she does a billion hits too, so hard to say. I
Munching
think it's
says
fun when you get to have her work though.
yeah. Munching says the fastest 5 Far Zero solo right now is Mikaboshi and Yule. which makes sense to me. I can see that.
Yes, but the problem with that is it's more of like a achievement type of thing and not like practical.
Right, yeah.
So
I think the
she's fun.
most jealous thing I'm about jealous let me rephrase it. The thing I'm most jealous about with her kit is as a wind player is that she dispels on autos.
It's good.
I just want to dispel on auto and wind. The fact that we don't have a dispel on auto other than Sen is nuts to me, and Sen isn't even permanent. So yeah, I think
It's
that's
okay.
what I'm
Maybe you
most
can
envious
have
about.
your market pantry Ankusha guy. Maybe he'll do that.
He's not wind.
He was
He's
literally
earth.
green.
He was earth in the event though.
And he also had a green background, so
That's like me saying Green Knight's green.
okay, but Mika had a red background and she's fire, so
Okay, and then Blue Knight.
Blue
Blue
Knight
Knight's
had a green background. There you go, and he's wind.
That Ankusha guy had poison in his kit. What other color would they use?
Purple?
All right. Anyways.
Enjoy.
All right, let's talk about the weapon.
Stupid weapon.
You said last time you
Very
didn't
silly.
want a burst weapon. We talked about this. We were like, hey, what is fire missing? And they're missing normal attacks up. And you got normal
It's
attacks up.
like everything that could possibly be good on a weapon.
So,
Like every single part of it is really good.
normal sup, good. Majesty, good, especially for Wanders because you need the HP.
It's like medium majesty too. It's not even like small majesty.
It's not small,
like,
it's medium.
Why?
And then you got Ruination. Like you got the Athos, it's called, but like Far Key, the normal attack one. So the one that's on Basara weapon and Saria weapon. So officially the first element to have both Athos and whatever one Senden is called.
I'm happy after the fact, but I was not happy going into my spec.
Okay. So
we got it out of the way. It's done. You know, we have him, but holy crap.
good weapon. Very,
Yeah,
very good weapon.
it's very good.
Are most grids leaning to 2 at the moment?
It's hard to tell. Some people, I can't tell if some people are running 1 because they only have 1.
Yeah.
But I definitely by default generally put 2 in and I kick like a Sen in or something.
Right.
Because we talked about it. You don't have
yeah.
too much skill damage. You have so much auto attack damage.
I'll bring up Moa's thing. Which is this one. I forgot. Moa told me that their name is not French. It's meant to be Moi.
Okay, good. I always said it as Moi. Let me check my PBHL.
Yeah, so this is their
swapped
PBHL.
from water to fire for that.
And yeah, 2 Overrider, 2 CS, 2 Nebulas, 1 Senen, and 1 Fist. They mentioned to me
he
that
kicks the second Senin for FOD. Okay.
So he mentioned that I'll read word for word. The thing I don't like about FOD is that crit is wasted since this drops summer bubs and it only helps attacking on the wind phase.
Oh, he did drop summer bubs. What did he replace?
But he has
that
a
with?
second one, which is
Hao
this
Mao.
one.
Ew.
And this one drops Halmel. So this one is this one drops Halmel.
He also runs Extremity for that?
No, this is Sagacity. Oh, wait, which one? Oh, they're both Sagacity.
Okay.
Yep.
I personally run 2-2-2-2. So 2 CS, 2 Overrider, 2 Senen, 2 Mika. And I
Right.
run Stamina on Opus, which is fine. But like I didn't do much testing because I don't want to change my Opus keys a billion times.
There's even more grids here. Like he tested so much. Like this one is Ixapa.
Ew.
This one
Is that
is Celestial. But basically the TA requirements change. For the
yeah?
Ixaber
The
one,
TA for Zeta is abysmal. It's
yes.
terrible.
This one, Zeta needs 40% TA. Attack FOD grids, Zeta needs 31%. Celestial Zeta needs 35%. And then I didn't show the Icarus one, but this is the Icarus. The Icarus grid needs 34% TA. And apparently raw damage-wise, Ixaber is the best, followed by Attack FOD, then Attack Celestial, followed by Icarus, and then apparently everything else sucks for damage.
Yeah, it makes sense. I just don't want to spec my Zeta for that right now.
Yeah. So as far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong, you probably know more about this. Fire PBHL has a higher floor than water, but it has a lower ceiling.
Yes. Wait, which one has a higher ceiling?
Water.
Yeah, okay. For sure, absolutely.
So yeah, I think
no bore water is completely killed by this fire. So
right, yeah. I think water's advantage is that it can drop a button, whereas fire I don't think you can.
how so?
Like water has the one summon attack, right?
So
Whereas
this
this is
fire.
is this just one summon attack?
There are some one-click attacks. I think they are sun attack.
Okay.
And I think those hit around like 1.45, 1.5. I don't entirely recall, but I think it's around that range, which is around where water was hitting.
Okay.
But water just has a bit more for the RNG aspect for that.
Yeah, I have to look more into it because I don't bar farm usually, so this is a section of the game that I don't keep track of with all the updates with how fast it moves.
Right.
So yeah,
Easy because it just goes between my two most invested elements, so I don't mind.
yeah. But yeah, the grid, I think Moyo all uses the double nebula, so it seems like it's better.
Yeah, that second sentence slot is basically your flex slot now.
Right.
Like you replace it depending on what you want to do.
So Guild War with these, it's gonna create a pretty big gap with and without.
Yep, I'm not going to participate in that kind of stuff. I'm going to continue my full auto gaming. I did my time.
Man, so I don't have these. So I guess I will represent the Agni players who weren't able to get any Mika copies.
Hold up. You also have Lodern, so you are not entirely relatable. I forgot you don't have a second sentence, though.
Yeah, I don't have a second sentence. But I don't know if I'm going to stone my Lodern. But I guess this is a nice segue into Lodern, which is the final thing on the banner, which is the newest, or it's the newest entry, or that's not even correct to say. It's the beginning of this series. How do you pronounce this word?
Aces?
Aces? Okay. Ices?
It's definitely not Ices.
Aces series, which all have, presumably, we don't know yet, but I'm expecting all of them to have essentially skill cap and skill sub. How do you feel about this?
It's so stupid.
It's
very
so
good.
Right?
It's like
the question that I answered. My reaction just came out. It's so good. There's like no reason not to put it in, unless you just do no skill damage at all.
It creates a problem because fire has so many good summons. I started to see some 3 overrider stuff come out because you wanted to drop summons for Lodern, but I think that's more of like a testing thing.
Yeah.
And seeing what exactly
that sounds like exactly like Wind. Remember when Wind was dropping Judgment and putting in extra, like when dropping EWR, putting in extra fans just to test and see what's going on. Yeah. I mean, at least we get room with the summons becoming wonders soon, the Arcarum ones. But fire,
Be nice.
fire, the Sun Call is sort of hard to drop.
It's
Well,
okay because the Sun and Judgment are in the same update, so we both have to wait.
Oh, okay, right. So we get to suffer together, is what you're saying.
Yeah, but my summon's still good though.
Yeah, that's why I get to take mine out. But yeah, this sub aura is good. Thankfully, these are subtextable. So if you don't mind spending money on the game.
Unfortunately, I will be 3-stoning this.
Yeah, so wait, you're going to have 3-stone for Guild War?
Probably, even though
You're
I
just
full
FAing,
auto.
though.
I
You still want it?
having fun things.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. I get that. I'm considering stoning mine, but I don't think I will. I'll probably just run it 0 star. Thankfully, yeah, the summon does work at 0 star. They could have very well made it like just gives skill damage at 0 star.
It could have been like a Soul Invoker type of thing where it's like you don't really run it at 0 star. You kind of want it at 3 star. But this one just works.
It just works and it's good. Like 10% cap, 50k sub. It's good.
I have 8 stones right now.
You have 8 stones. Do you think Transcendence uses more?
I think Transcendence uses those funky things that we just got.
Oh, okay. The ones that replace the stones for evokers.
But they could very well introduce it later. Like I don't think they're going to be upfront with the stone cost.
Yes. Like what did 150 need again for Eternals?
I don't know.
It's been so long. Eternals 150 needed a merit. I think Valor Badge cost is going to be in Evokers too. I think there's going to be something with Valor Badges.
Maybe you can buy the funky thing with Valor. Who knows?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Actually, that makes a lot of sense to me. Because it's not introducing another Sunstone, but it introduces another Valor Badge sync, and Valor Badge also introduces a time gate, which is something we know that they've done and that they like to do essentially to keep people playing. So yeah, I can see an Everlight cost because it's a legacy thing, but I 100% think there's going to be a new thing like Lapis Merit, and yeah, it could be the new funky thing for Valor Badges.
So if I use 3 stones now, I'll have 5. Plus 1 for Guild War. I should be okay.
Should be okay. I am hoarding my Sunstones. Not spending it on blue skin or anything superfluous.
Okay, how many stones do you have right now?
Guess.
14.
14. Where is it? Consumable. I have. You're close. It's a little higher. 16.
Okay, that was gonna be my second guess because I recall you having 14 at some point, so it would have had to been higher than that. So.
And I'm probably stoning Alex Louis Armstrong soon, so that 16 isn't 16 for much longer.
I don't want to stone that summon. That would put me at 2. That would put me at 2 sunstones. Nah. Wait. Hold up. Yeah. You got like 3 of those summons. I don't want to hear it.
Did you forget that potentially I might need to keep a level 1 copy of that?
I don't want to hear it.
What do you mean?
Freaking
I might need to stone 2 of those. I mean, to be fair,
I'm full spark. Unbelievable.
Anyways, that's probably our episode for today. We've gone a little over 2 hours. Any final things you want to say?
I'm
Anything
tired.
you wanted to discuss? Oh, we had a topic we didn't get to discuss. We can discuss it next time.
I don't remember what it is.
It was in the channel that in your
that
Discord.
one?
Yeah,
I see.
yeah. We can just leave that for next time. It's a good topic, anyways. All right. Well, hopefully all of you guys enjoyed. And
Next one is gonna be Illustrious. Oh my god.
Yes, next one will be Illustrious. So very likely the next podcast will be on the 21st of June, Australia time, which is probably 20th NA time.
Excuse me, hold up. What?
Yeah. What?
Isn't that Guild War time?
Is it Guild War time? Does that overlap with Guild War?
21st, yes.
It does overlap with Guild War. So I guess no, it'll be the day before Guild War, right? Should we wait till after Guild War? No, I think after Guild War's too late.
Too late.
Yeah.
I mean, we can make time before Guild War, surely.
I mean, Guild War starts that evening. So Guild War hasn't started yet.
Sure.
So yeah, it would be the day of Guild War before it starts. Yeah, so on the day of Guild War, before it begins, will probably be our next episode. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we'll catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.